to another episode of Wine After Whines. This is Janay.
And this is Najah.
And welcome back to another episode, guys. We're excited once again to have you.
Oh,
And per usual, as always, um, disclaimer, I have already started drinking this wine. And I just want you to know that. Pre-gamed already.
she did.
I did. Speaking of games, at the time we're recording this, we don't know if the Braves are actually gonna like make it and win the World Series, but hopefully they do.
I'm trying to keep an eye on the guys, but I believe they're gonna win. We got this. We got this.
We played a game recently with Najah about NFL logos and if she could guess the team or the logo. She didn't do great. I'm just playing.
Let me tell you something. I didn't do bad at all. My issue was you have to be like Denver Broncos. I'd be like the Broncos.
Or she would get, you said something like, it was like Eagles, but it wasn't an eagle.
It wasn't an eagle. It wasn't even a cardinal. It was
another bird.
It was a whole nother bird. And I know the Eagles. Anyway,
but y'all, that game was fun. It was really fun. Like, we should recommend it for like all women to do with their guys and watch the men just squirm. Like her husband was like, how do you not know this?
But I knew it. I knew it though. I knew it, yet didn't know it. Anyway, that's besides the point. Sis, what's going on?
We have a great show lined up for y'all today. We're talking about different phases of a relationship. Yes, we have broke this down for y'all in Janay and Najah's terms. So we just want y'all to embrace what we're about to say. We broke this down in 5 different phases. Now, I must say that Najah and I really like dug deep on this thing and tried to figure out like the things that we had to go through to get to where we are right now. So we can only speak for us, obviously, but we notice a lot of similarities in our journey with our now husbands. And I guess I'm just trying to say like where we are now in the phase that we are in now, there's probably still more to come. Like, for example, your mom is how many years married?
They are 34 years married now.
Yeah.
34 years married and was together
since high school.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah. So we got a lot of
in a different phase now than what we are in. So whatever the 5 phases that we're going to give y'all, don't think it just stops there. I think it continues. We just haven't entered into that phase yet.
Can't wait to get there.
I don't know.
I mean, I can wait. I ain't trying to grow old that fast. I'm just saying I can wait.
Right.
But I can't wait.
So we're going to jump into the first phase, and it is the honeymoon phase.
Honeymoon phase.
And this is about like 1 to 2 years into your relationship. Oh, and another thing, this does not mean that you had to get married first to experience these phases. For a little bit of backstory, for those of you who don't know, Najah has been with her husband for
about almost 16 years this year. It'll be 16 years, but we've only been married for 4 years.
Yeah.
That sounds really, to some people who's like, married, that sounds crazy to them. To some people who's in relationships, like, why did you even get married? Just who's not for marriage. So, but like she said, it's a different backstory. And you and Drew have been together for about the same amount of years, or married.
No, probably about 10. Oh, no. We've been married for 10, been together for about 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different.
Yeah, so what we're about to go into, like she said, is the 5 steps. So my excuse me, y'all, by my phone. My phases will be starting relationship wise, definitely. So like we're gonna go into it and I'll explain along the way.
Okay, so Najah, you got the first point of the honeymoon stage.
The honeymoon stage, love living with them. This is when me and my now husband moved in together before marriage. I loved living with him, love waking up with him. Oh, it was pure bliss. it was bliss. It was perfect. That's the honeymoon phase coming from me.
Yeah. I didn't live with Andrew like I guess before
Mhm.
marriage. So I guess our honeymoon phase would have been like a little bit before that, I guess during our dating period. But how long did y'all date before y'all moved in together?
Well, how long did we date before we moved in together? Janae, that's a really good question. I didn't dig that deep to we were together for over 5 years before we moved in together.
Okay. So y'all was probably on the honeymoon phase like
But see,
before we moved in together.
it's so complicated. I hate to get that deep, but we were long distance for a minute too. Like we were
Okay.
together and then I moved back up here and he still was in South Georgia. So it was about a 4 hour distance. So yeah, it was a long distance for a minute. And but
It's
yeah,
different when so your experience was like when you finally got to be able to be with him. I see. Okay, that makes more sense.
so it
You're
was
right.
like it was amazing. It was
Yeah, yeah. So for me, in this stage, you're always putting your best foot forward and you're not trying to show too many of your flaws. And this was me. I can only speak for personal experience. I mean, I don't know if Naja agrees, but it was
definitely.
really me just being like, okay, I can't show that I can be a little messy. I can't show that um I might leave, I don't know, whatever like my flaws are. Like
Yeah.
I
It's the
can't think
same.
of nothing like specific, but like I would just always try to be like perfect Janay because I didn't want him to see my imperfections. So I
Mhm.
was always just trying to be on it and
Yep.
just, continue to keep it spicy.
Love it. Love it. Also in this stage, me and my husband went out a lot. Janae, we spent a lot of unnecessary money.
Mm-hmm.
We spent a lot of money because it was just him and I. We did not have kids early in our relationship. We played. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We were at clubs buying sections, buying big bottles. We went shopping. We did a lot of things. So I feel like during the honeymoon stage, as they call it, you spend a lot of money, you go out a lot. At least that's from my perspective. I'm not quite sure how you and Drew did, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
we
we went
did.
out. I think this leads me to my next point though. Like we were selfless about a lot of things in this stage. The honeymoon phase is like you have selfish love. You're unintentionally trying to make the other person happy. So what I mean by that is like I just remember a time where I would be like, um, forget about me. Like, what can I do for Drew? Like, what can I do to make him happy? Like,
Yes.
whether it's like surprise lingerie, whether it's like just anything like a surprise date or
Yep.
buying him something or just anything just to like keep him happy was all about like how to keep the relationship on that high that you feel. You know what I mean?
She's so right. Speaking of me being long distance, I used to like travel down there like my days off, y'all. Like I would just go down there, surprise, and boom, 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 boom. And that was fine because we literally had a serious relationship that we were honest in. So yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Selfless love.
Yeah.
Moving on to phase two, sis. What we got here?
Okay.
What we
So,
call it?
yeah. So if you're in the honeymoon phase, just know if you're currently in the honeymoon phase, just know that you should milk the mess out of this space. You should
Okay.
live in it as long as you can.
As long
Remember
as you
every
feel
moment. Yeah, it goes really quickly.
mm-hmm.
So just stay in this moment. Love each other. Enjoy all the feels because you're gonna get all the feels.
It definitely you definitely will. It's a great stage, and who's to say you never will come back to that stage? So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's just my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. So that's phase one. So phase two is brand new. Okay. So this phase we've dubbed brand new because we feel like, when you get a fresh new like phone or iPhone or whatever, and it's still just, it's new, it has new features, you're still trying to figure it out. But it feels good. It's still a shiny new toy. So this is the stage your relationship is in. And so that's basically what my point is. Like, you're still trying to figure it out, trying to figure out what makes your partner tick, what gets under their skin, what doesn't get under their skin, and just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, definitely.
What you got on it, Najah?
I agree with that. In this stage, I still feel like you're like, oh, let me make sure I still look good, smell good in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're, keeping yourself up. I'm not saying that you need to let yourself go, but you're definitely still working hard. You're out of that honeymoon phase, but you're still in that lovey-dovey phase where you want to make sure you still pleasing your partner. So be it husband, wife, just boyfriend, girlfriend. It doesn't matter. You still want to be, be desirable.
I remember going through that because I remember, like, anytime he would pick me up, if I went to go see his family or something like that, like, I cared about what I looked like. I cared about making a good impression on his family too, and not just him, but I want them to like me too. I just remember caring about that stuff.
I used to get my nails done all the time. Like, you would not catch me without my nails done or a fresh blowout. Come on now.
I remember them blowouts.
Look, we about to spark up another conversation.
Okay, so also in this particular phase of being brand new, sometimes you start to abandon some of your friendships. I'm not saying you kick them to the curb completely, but you are really investing all your time into your lover. And you just really want to be with them all the time. Like, your family and friends might be like, girl, we don't see you no more. Like, where have you been? Because you've been hanging out with old dude or old girl.
Listen, Janay, you have brought, of course, we talked about this before we did our digging deep when we did these. And she said this, and I was like, I don't know if I did that. But she's right. When they say, oh, I ain't seen you because you've been with old boy. Yeah, it's definitely been that before. So I had to comment on that because I remember telling you, I don't know. And he was like, you'll know.
Right. Because you don't notice that you do it. Sometimes it's unintentional that, like, dang, I haven't been hanging out with my girls because you're just into this relationship, just wrapped up into it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that.
But there's also a balance to it. So
true.
Balance it right, because at the end of the day, if you're not with the right person and they dog you out, you don't want to go back to your friends and they be like, okay, well, you weren't trying to be friends with us then. I mean, if they're your friends, they wouldn't treat you like that.
Exactly.
Your real friends. Yeah.
Exactly. And I definitely agree. That also leads me into my point. It was I'm sorry, I can't even talk, y'all. It was us against the world. It's us against the world. So that's how you're feeling, like you're super, super still in love. You're in love. You're just fresh out that honeymoon phase. And it's y'all two. It's y'all two against the world, no matter who, like I said, no matter if it's a marriage or a relationship or a fiance, whatever. It's definitely, that's how you want to feel though. You always do want to feel like it's you two against the world because you making moves. Y'all are together now. So yeah.
I feel like in the whole it's us against the world thing, I definitely went through that. And I feel like it was like when we would go through things, maybe like a little small hiccup here and there. And then I'll be like, well, you can't tell me about nothing about my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's us against the world. Like, I know, it's you're getting more comfortable with them and more vulnerable and opening up a little bit more. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
So the next phase are true colors is what we've dubbed phase number 3. This is when you're around the 3 to 5 year mark of your relationship. And I don't know if we told y'all, for brand new, that phase 2, you're between 2 and 3 years in the brand new stage. You're still trying to get it together. But this phase is when the true colors start to shine through. And you get to kind of see, when they say, what's the old saying, the other shoe drop?
Is that what they say?
Yeah, you ain't never heard that? Like, oh, I just been waiting for the other shoe to drop. You ain't
Oh
never heard that.
yeah. I have heard it. I have heard it, and that's it. This is the phase where that other one just gonna hit the floor.
Mm-hmm.
In this phase, I feel like, coming from me, I feel like this is where you find 100% of the likes and the dislikes of your partner. You're gonna find what they love, whether it be food or whether it be how they like the bathroom kept, little things like that. But you're gonna find those likes and those dislikes. You're gonna know what your partner is used to when he or she was living at home or living on their own. You're gonna find out exactly what it is. Yeah. And that's how it's a tough pill to swallow, but we have to do it.
Yeah. So from my perspective, I feel like you get real in the nitty-gritty of the annoyances of your partner. Like, what annoys you about them? When I say that true colors are shining, I mean, like, they may have bad habits that you didn't know they had. Or maybe you did know, but you ignored it because it was so new and so fresh that you was like, I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. But then that small stuff that you kept sweeping under the rug just start to like fester and just bother you. And you start to get like annoyed.
Or you felt like, oh, that's something that he does. I can change that.
Or he'll change as time goes on and you realize the way you found them is the way that they are and you can't change people.
That was a funny way to put it. Found them.
I mean, look, I mean, it's only certain things you can change about a person. And plus, if you want to be with that person for who they are, you shouldn't want to change them in the first place, right? So you can't say, oh, I like this person only if they didn't do X, Y, Z. Like, no, you have to take them with the XYZ or don't take them at all, because you're going to find that it's going to be harder and harder for you to think that this is a whole, I mean, because I am like this. I'm the type of person that would try to take on a project and try to fix the mess out of it. And I can't do that all the time. I can't, I mean, I realize I can't do that. I can't make somebody do something. I can't. And you can't make, and ladies, I don't know why I feel this, but you can't make a man love you. If he don't love you, he don't love you. I mean,
not at all.
And you don't want to force somebody's hand. You know what I'm saying? You don't have these babies with me or whatever. So now we got to be together. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm a little bit off subject, but basically what I'm trying to say.
No, it's off subject, but it's also a part of the subject at the same time. You can't force nobody to do something. Definitely cannot. But
so all that pet peeves start to get, you start to figure out what really grinds your gears or cooks your grits.
Yeah, definitely. On the same phase, I'm gonna switch just a little bit. When it comes to this phase, I feel like this is a stage where you really start balancing out your work life and your relationship. I know that sounds so weird to people, but you have to do that. You're gonna have to balance out your work life and your relationship. And you've been living your life where work come first. I mean, granted, when I was with my husband, I was a lot younger, but when he was living down there and I was up here, I was all about making my money. I had money. I made a lot of money and that was my job. And so when he moved up here, I had to balance giving him time. Plus I couldn't pick up as many doubles as I want. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. Like when you're single, you have no kids. You're trying
y'all didn't have no kids when you was like thinking like that.
I didn't have any kids.
Were y'all living together when you was doing that?
No,
I don't know if I did that.
He was down here. He was in Thomasville and I was up here working. Like I worked a lot. I spoke with him. Like I worked a lot of doubles. I was a server. Plus I was going to school. So I was going to school down there. I quit school down there. I came up here and I finished school. When I did that, my whole life was work. I take a few days off, go down there, get back, work, doubles. I was pulling.
So you, at that point in y'all relationship, you definitely knew that this was the man for you, and that was it.
I felt that. I definitely felt that way. I was, of course, you always have people in your ear like, still explore. You
Yeah.
never know. You've been with him since you was 18, almost 19. Still explore. I had a lot of people in my ear saying stuff like that. But me personally, I was like, no, that really wasn't who I was anyway. But
Yeah.
like even in high school, I had the same boyfriend. 1 year I didn't, and I did date around like my 11th grade year. But literally, that's just how I was. I'm always long term.
Yeah.
Because when I love hard, and I'm
And I
not.
was just about to say that, like, your love is, um, I was going to compare mine to yours, but I can't really do that. But what I'm trying to say is, like, you do love really, really hard, and I
And
don't know.
it's
I
not
don't.
a front. Everybody think it's
No, no,
not,
you
people
really
think it's
do, and
front.
it's yeah,
Mhm.
it's real, 100%. I think I'm the same way,
You are.
but
There ain't no but. You're the same exact way.
I'm the
And
same.
I tell you that you are the same way. You might don't want to admit that, Janay, but me growing to learn you, listen, we on this podcast, but listen, you the same. This is our conversation.
Go ahead, because I'm listening.
You're the same exact way. I've just recently, I've really figured that out. Like, yeah, she's me. She's me I've just dealt with stuff a little earlier in life than you
That's
did.
not it. What it is that I have a guard up
Oh, yeah.
first.
Mm-hmm.
I think you give people a chance first. I
That's true.
don't. I have to have, that's the difference. Like
That's
once
so
I
true.
let you in, then I'm all in on you. And that's when I'm like you. But you give people a chance a little bit quicker than I would. I'm a little
That is true.
skeptical. I'm
That
more
is
skeptical
so
at first.
true.
Yeah.
That is so true. I do. And I've fixed that. But I used to definitely let people in so quickly and pour it off. Friendship or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I went through phases in life where I wasn't with D. I was, of course, my high school years, I was with him. I didn't know him. I was with the same dude for 10th. I didn't go with him 11th. Then I went with him 12th. 11th, I did date around with a couple different guys. And I knew it wasn't. So I literally dated around. But after that, it was literally, I dated two other guys right before D. And I knew that wasn't a go. I tried one, messed me up. Then I got back with D. I got with D. And that was
all she wrote. The reason why I was saying something, brought up the whole you loving hard thing in the first place, is because I don't think in this phase I ever, like, I was working overnights, and I don't think I was at a place where I was mature enough to balance, like, oh, let me balance work in my relationship.
Yeah.
Not until I got married.
Really?
When I felt
So
like
you're saying you were pushing work, and like,
I'm like, oh, I gotta go to work.
Yeah,
oh,
I mean that's my thing. That's also I kind of was.
But I didn't balance. I wasn't thinking.
Oh, to balance it.
Mm-mm.
I think what it was, our balance probably came around the same point in our relationships. It's just that you were married. I had to balance it while I was not married. But that is a part of the, you know what I'm saying? That is a part.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So it's like, y'all, and like I said, I know that was a little bit off topic from previously what we were speaking of, but that is something I think a person will have to know is, it sounds crazy, but definitely try to balance those two, because that can mess up your relationship.
Yeah. So on another tip for this true colors phase, you'll know truly how the other person feels, and their words and actions start to cut a little bit deeper than before, because you've invested so much into this relationship and so much emotion and time, that the things that they do can really hurt you, can really, really hurt you to the core, because of how much you put into the relationship. And I think that your partner knows that. They knows which buttons to press and push, because they know now where they can get you at. You know what I mean?
100. Listen, you preached on that one.
How?
Listen,
he's talking from experience.
Listen, y'all, rewind that part back a little bit and just listen to what she just said. They know. They know what button to press. They know it.
And
And
you know which buttons to press to get them riled up too. So don't just put it on them.
dang all right.
You know exactly what to do. So
She's
in
right.
this phase, I feel like you can get hurt. You can really truly get hurt in this phase because of the time and emotion that you've invested into it.
Yep.
Talk to us about the next phase, Nasha.
I really feel like that leads us perfectly into phase 4, which is called the thrill is gone.
The thrill is gone.
The thrill is gone. Don't it thrill it's a roller coaster. So don't think it's gone. It's just that's what we're calling it.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is when the financial issues start to arise. Like though that's when that comes around. Some people may never go through financial issues. More power to you. But for us who's living a normal life, and we do have them, and we have had them, and you know, you might have already passed that phase deeply. But this is when those financial issues start to arise, and you guys are trying to figure out your life. You're trying to figure out next steps, and you're trying to go from there. Or one person might be taking something more serious, and the other one might not be. Or all of the above. You might be great with finances, but your love isn't as great with finances, and you guys have to come to a balance. I feel like this is the phase that it starts really showing its colors.
Yeah. I won't even say I won't even cap it at financial issues. Like issues, just like issues just start to arrive when the thrill is gone. It's like things that you didn't think that bothered you that much start to really, really start to like really, 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 really get under your skin. And it's like, okay, come on now. Like I didn't know you went out as much as you did. Or I didn't know you like to spend time with that crowd as much as you do. Or I didn't know you had this going on. You know what I mean? And yeah, all your triggers start to be triggered during during this phase.
Yeah,
So yeah, I agree. Also,
definitely.
for me, I just want to say that things get a lot deeper than just attraction in this phase.
Mm-hmm.
The looks and infatuation for this person don't do it anymore for you. At this point in the relationship, you're asking for and you're needing more substance.
Mm-hmm.
You need things that are beyond what's the word, superficial. Like you need the real deal. You need to know like, okay, where are we going? You need to know that that person is helping you to be a better person. You need to know that you're also helping them to be a better version of themselves as well. So this is when you married that real fine person, but they didn't have nothing behind that, and you realize you effed up.
Y'all know she
No.
crazy. She's right. She's right though. She's right. She's definitely right on that one. So I definitely agree.
What? I'm serious. That's
Just
not a nice thing to say.
that, I mean,
I
that
mean, dang,
BBL,
could you be
that
like,
BBL
dang?
it ain't stick.
You know, you just like, oh, this person. And I think a lot of guys get caught up in that type of trap because it's a lot of pretty girls out here. I think I said that on another episode. Like, but some of that behind the scenes, like, might not be the sharpest knife in the drawer, or the brightest crayon in the box, the
Not,
brightest bulb in the thing.
not too smart, guys. I'm with her
You know,
1,000% on that. I like totally agree. But also in this phase, this is usually when children come into the picture. Um, Not always, because children can come on that honeymoon phase if you allow it. I'm
sure
just
can.
saying. But we're speaking on us. So around this time is when your children come into picture. Not saying that it's a bad thing. We're just giving you a part of this phase. Like we said, this is also called the roller coaster phase. So there are ups and downs and loop-de-loops. So those children are one of the uptime. The kids, you love having them. So they're around, but Why your face?
Because she just okay. Look, listen. I just been itching to say this ever since she said what she said about the kids. First of all, kids will make or break your whole entire relationship. I mean, yes, you gave life to these human beings, and yes, they're beautiful and they came from you and they your seed and all that stuff. I get it. However, comma, semicolon.
What is it?
Yes, these kids, if you don't be careful, they will stress you the hell out. Okay. And you will really be on the verge of, especially like if you're in a relationship and you're a woman and you feel like you're a single parent in a relationship with your partner with the kids, and you feel like you're alone and they ain't pulling their hair, and just you really find out how selfless they are when your baby crying in the middle of the night and they ain't waking up, and you got to get up on your own to help the kid out. Look, let me tell you, it can either don't have no baby. Basically what I'm trying to say is don't have no baby thinking that this is gonna be the glue that's gonna keep your man, and it's gonna be the glue that's gonna bring y'all together, because no, it is stressful. Unless you are in this for real together, then yeah, it can be beautiful and all of that stuff Najah was saying, because they wanted kids and they wanted to, do all of that. But some of y'all out here just having babies with people because you think that that's going to make this man want to stay with you, or now you got to deal with him for the rest of your life because of this child. Look, it ain't worth the headache is what I'm saying. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like that.
Like she's saying, like I said, this is when children come in the picture. Like she said, if you don't want them, if you know you don't want kids, if you're considering it, fine, but consider it and work it out. But if you know you like, I don't want kids, don't have them, because it's not your life anymore. Your life has officially been taken over. If you're not watching this, Janay just almost downed a whole glass of wine.
Don't be putting my business out on the street like that.
But you drink it right on the camera.
First and foremost, I don't condone violence. But Najah, you got one more time.
You ain't gonna do that.
I'm not. I'm a lover girl,
but a fighter at the same time.
Don't try me.
Don't try my sis. No, y'all. But children, they are part of this phase. Either you have them and you put your all in it, or do not have kids. Like she said, it's not the glue to keep your relationship together. Some people it might work, but don't.
It's like more like a accessory or something. You know what I'm saying?
No, the hell it's not like an accessory. Do not listen to her. It's nothing like an accessory.
It's like what I'm trying to say is it's like an add-on. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the glue. Is what I'm trying to say. It ain't the glue.
She's right. It's not the glue. It's not an accessory, but it's not the glue.
I don't know at this point. Look, my suggestion is get a dog. If you want to see how this man finna act with something y'all can take care of together, that's what I did. I got a dog first.
I should have.
Chance was the dog that we got, and
should have got a dog.
We was like, we think we can handle human kids now. Like, you want to have a baby? And I was like, yeah, I've been thinking about it. Boom, we just made it happen, and that's firstborn. Okay, moving on. In this phase, you start to lose what attracted you to them in the first place. Sometimes when the thrill is gone, you forgot why you even liked them in the first doggone place. You got comfortable. And you looking at them like, okay, so why did I like you again? Like, because now I'm not quite sure. Like you? I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure why we're doing this right now. So, the things that you can do, we're gonna talk. Look, the next couple episodes, we're gonna talk about how to get out of some of these situations. But I'm not gonna go into depth with how to get your thrill back, because we'll talk about that another show. But wait for it. But yeah, you start to look at them and you like, I mean, I don't know why I fell in love with you. I don't know how I fell in love with you, because you, especially as you grow and mature, you're not the same person anymore. And some of the things that first attracted you to that person, they aren't particularly that person anymore. They may be they may be a different variation of themselves, which is fine, because people do evolve. But I'll talk about that later too. But you got to learn how to evolve with your partner.
You do. 100% agree. I love it. Which that leads us into our final stage. This is the final stage, not the final stage, but it's our final stage. It's where we are currently. And we named it, I'm going to stick beside him. I'm going to stick beside him.
Because at this point, why else is why?
Why else?
Who else want me? I'm not saying that because people want people. But
I can't deal with her today. Y'all just don't understand. I dealt with this girl this weekend too, face to face.
Yeah, you love it. Don't act like you don't like hanging out with me, Najah. Don't do that.
Gosh, I do love it.
You don't like hanging out with me?
I said I love it. And I'm not exaggerating. I really do love it. I love being around you. You just crazy.
But I'm gonna sit beside him. Okay. So that's what we're talking about. In this phase of the relationship. Why leave? I'm just playing, because sometimes you got to, but that's besides the point. But go ahead, Najah. Go with your first point.
At our point in our life, we're gonna stick beside him. I think this is the phase where we start making more moves, making money moves, start making our new life moves. So that's more like
when you said money moves. I thought about Cardi B. Go ahead.
Of course. Why wouldn't you think about that song? I thought about it too. Oh. But getting a better job, a better home, nothing wrong with people being in apartments, but you know, once your family grows, if it does grow, and even if it don't, you want a better home. You want to own something. It's yours. You know what I mean? So you start doing things thinking about your family. That's where I think, you know, making sure you have a job that makes a substantial, well, you know, a good amount of money to keep you up there. Or why are you making that face again?
What face am I making? I agree with everything you said.
Do you? Yes.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
Yeah. I think that's where we are. I can't speak for you, but I mean, that's where I think we are all, both of us, I think we are in our lives.
Yeah. We are in this fifth phase of our relationship right now. And for me, you start to see this relationship as a lifetime partnership, and it's deeper than just the love emotion. Because you know, love can be emotional. And if you love off of just like straight emotion, and you can fall in love and you can fall out of love. But it's at this point, you're looking at your person as your partnership, your lifetime partner. Y'all in it through thick and thin. Like y'all are in it for life. It's unconditional no matter what happens.
Right.
In the course of this phase of your relationship.
Right.
You're gonna stick beside them, right? Like, so unless they out here, you know, dogging you out, that's a whole nother thing. You know, there are rules. There are different rules to this now. Where we are, our husbands actually kind of like us a little bit, and they enjoy our company, and vice versa. So we're at the point where we're like, you know, we're comfortable. We're life partners. We're going to go ahead and build business together, like she said, and get affairs in order and just be successful, like Drake said. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to be successful.
That's what he said.
It's the truth. It's the truth. I definitely like that. I definitely look to my partner. I look at him like he is he is my lifetime partner. So yeah. Also in this phase, I'm going back to the
Not like
kid.
Will and Jada. I just have to say that because I don't want people to think that we were talking about like Will and Jada.
Listen, we gotta talk about. I have to actually get into that.
I
I
have
really
to catch up on whatever the world is going on with Will and Jada, but I know
yeah,
that she said something about Will Smith and how she can't get right with him in the bed. First of all, don't
very,
tell people that.
me
That
and
ain't
Darren just had that conversation. Me and D was just like, girl, shut up. At this point, you just need to just shut
just
up.
be quiet, divorce him or leave quietly. I don't know. But at
Because I
this
think
point,
he
we
probably
don't
like,
need to know what's going on in the bedroom with you and Will.
I gotta catch up on that. I'm not gonna lie. I have not caught up on it, but
I
I
don't
keep
know.
seeing
I've seen a couple little things about it, and
right.
I'm like, y'all ain't gonna never know what's going on in Janay and Andrew's bedroom.
Nope. Especially what, why would you say that? But Jada just
She want this man to look bad at this point.
at
Like
this point, that's what it seemed like. Is that
somebody
you?
said that's why Tupac ran away.
Fast as he could. Fast as he could.
They said that's why that's why he faked his death. He was trying to get rid of Jada.
I mean, I ain't gonna deny it might be true. The way certain things looking now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Anyway, I just sabotaged whatever you were saying. Go ahead.
no, you're right though on that. We gotta look into that. But I'm actually gonna jump back into kids and family. Not saying I'm saying at this point is when your kids are getting older and you and your partner are actually sitting down and y'all are taking the time to be like, okay, this is the district we want our kids to go to school. This is some serious stuff when it comes to relationship. You want this, you want that, but you also want to help them grow. This is no longer about just you and him. It's or you and her, whatever. It's about it's about it's about the family now. You
Najah
have
is so cute because she like Najah always bring up the family, and I probably just needs to be better because I ain't even thought about the kids. Um, but she's
it's a phrase that's out right now, and I'm not
but
gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it, but most people be like something them kids, and I just really feel like my friend. Look at her face. I feel like she secretly her and her husband been saying this.
I mean, I don't be like effing them kids. I don't say that. That's what you're trying to get at. But Drew do be saying that. I ain't gonna put him out on the street like that. But Drew do be saying stuff like that.
Don't do my friend like that.
That don't be me. I'm just saying I'm not a naturally made like kid person, but I do have two kids and I love them dearly. Okay. And I just didn't think about them when I was writing this out. That's the only thing I'm saying. I didn't think about it, but I love them kids. And thank you, Najah, for bringing up that amazing point because somebody got to bring up the children because the children are our future.
I knew that truck was coming. How do I feel?
I will read the okay. So the next thing. The next phase point that I want to make for this, I'm going to stick beside him. The last point I want to make is in this phase, you better pick your battles. Okay. Pick your battles. Why are you laughing? Because it's a serious thing.
It's serious, but it's just keep going, sis.
Pick your battles because look, it don't matter that he leave the cabinet door opening all the time and you got to go in behind him and keep closing. I know that sounds really specific, but it don't matter that that's happening. I mean, either you going to fight about it or you just going to go up or you just going to go and close it. Like, ain't nobody got time to be going off about little small stuff like that. Pick your whole battles.
100% right, especially on that. Pick your battles.
Yes. Allow each other in this phase space and time to heal without overcrowding and allow your partner to be vulnerable with you. I know I said a lot, but that what I just said was really important. During the stage where you've gone through the thrill is gone and you've gotten to a place where I feel like I am now and Najah is as well in her marriage. is that we feel like we hit a place of where we feel safe with our partners. We feel super vulnerable with them. We feel that there is 1,000% trust on both ends. And that's a hard place to get to because there are a lot of people out there that still haven't gotten to that trust level with their spouse or partner because of things that have happened maybe in their past. And so they're still building up to 100% trust. So I think in this phase, you really just gotta allow your person to be able to heal from things that are going on because things still will happen. Things are still going to happen to rock the relationship. But at this point, you're stronger. You're stronger in this phase. You're stronger than you were in the honeymoon phase. You're stronger than you were when you were brand new. You're stronger than you were when the true colors start to show. You're stronger when you were when the thrill is gone. And so at this point, it's like, look, I'm going to stick beside them. This is it. This is us. And, we together forever and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like in this phase, it's like, and this is just me speaking, but we can't go nowhere but up from here. I don't see it declining. I just see nothing but greatness.
As long as you two choose every day to be together and to work it out, because marriage and long-term relationships are not easy. Every day is it's a choice that you're making. I choose to love you every day. I choose to work this out with you every day. I choose to be here. I choose to show up every day. It's a choice you have to make. It's nothing. You just wake up one day and just, like things are going to happen. And so when they do happen, are you going to make a choice to leave? You're going to make a choice to stay and work it out. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. And she's right. And before we go, I'm definitely going to say your battles that she said that you're choosing, we want to make sure that they are reasonable battles. Of course, I know that there are things people have infidelity going on, domestic violence. Okay. If you're in that, if you're going
that's a whole nother exception to the rule.
That's a whole nother. Exactly. We're not going to either one of those. So we're speaking on a point that, like she said, closing the cabinet door, you kicking your shoes off at the door when I told you to put them in the garage, stuff like that. It's just
stuff like that.
Little stuff. But if you do have the bigger issues, like I said, like the infidelity and the domestic violence or something like that on both ends, it could be a woman hitting a man. It doesn't matter. If that's the issue, then you take matters probably a little bit different than these phases that we just
100%. But while you were talking, I was just thinking about like when you're fighting battles that are a little bit more serious than petty ones, you have to realize that you're fighting these battles together as a team and not against each other. He not on one team and you not on the other team. You're both on the same team trying to reach a common goal. Because remember, this is your lifetime partner. This is somebody that you plan to be with for the rest of your life while you're here and breathing and living. And y'all are on the same team. Yeah. So when it's time to go to war on whatever might be coming your way, it could be financial hardships. It could be your kids all getting on your nerves and you got to figure out how to handle them. Or, it could be family members putting their drama on you. It could be anything like that. But when you choose that, okay, we're in this together, or if your spouse or partner is going through something that has nothing to do with you, maybe internally or with their family or with their mental, you got to choose to still be on their team and to still help them out of their mess too, because you guys are a team at the end of the day.
100%. So. I agree. I love every phase out there, guys. So please listen and take some notes.
And make sure y'all comment below what phase you're in your relationship. We want to hear it. Are you in read 'em bike, Najah? Are you in what?
Let me read 'em bike. No. So we have number 1, we have the honeymoon phase. Number 2, we have brand new. Number 3, we have true colors. And number 4, we have the thrill is gone. And last but not least, where we are currently, phase 5, we have I'm a beside
Mm-hmm. So let it comment below. Make sure you like this video if you're on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you are not listening via YouTube, but you're listening on any other podcast platform, make sure you share this out to all your friends that are in relationships or the ones who are single but want to get in relationships and kind of just want to know a preview of what this looks like. Go ahead and have them, share it with them and have them listen. And we want to know what phase of relationship you guys are in. And if you want to know a little bit more about a particular phase, ask us and we'll give you more details on that.
What we can give you. All right.
Yeah. So thank y'all again so much for listening. Until next time, we love y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and look at us on all your social media platforms because we everywhere, and get on our TikTok because it's lit.
It's lit.
And we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Enjoy your week.